Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. Rolex has spoken. And I'm going to put a link to an article over at Watch Pro. And they've made a statement about the elephant in the room, what we've been talking about for years now, the fact that you can't get these damn Rolex watches at authorized dealers. And is it a big game? Are they messing with us, holding back because they know it drives us crazy? Or can they just not meet demand? Well, according to them in this article, they say the scarcity of products is not a strategy on our part. So I feel like this is damage control. And look, it's kind of amazing we have a statement from Rolex anyway, because they don't seem the type of company to explain themselves. But I think they're feeling the bad PR. And I think this is kind of them saying, guys, it's not us. It's not us. Who is it? We'll get to that. All right. They shift the blame. They point the finger. We'll get to it. But the question is, do we believe them? Paul Thorpe is a little bit, well, I'm not sure if he's buying this completely. He was a little bit skeptical, it seemed. All right. Now, I've vacillated on this actually throughout the years. First, I thought, yeah, they're doing this on purpose. And then after a while, I thought, I don't think so. I think other markets, China, other countries have opened up. They've developed a real fondness for these professional model steel Rolexes that we like, that we want. They want them too now. And Rolex just can't keep up with demand. And see, the thing is, Rolex is not a typical company. And so a typical company would say, okay, well, let's tone down on these less popular models and up the production of the Daytonas, the GMTs, the subs, all these things. Okay, we got to meet demand, we got to make money. Rolex doesn't really work like that. All right, so could they have shifted their attention to these models? Probably, but I don't know if I would have done that if I were them either, because fled the market for what? I mean, they're a nonprofit organization, so it's not like they've got shareholders. They're more about protecting the brand and whatever. So anyway, this is damage control. But the question is, do we buy it? And I am buying it. Number one, because it just makes sense. I think new markets have opened up and new tastes, shifting tastes have focused on steel professional model watches. And pretty much anybody and everybody around the globe who knows anything about watches knows that when you go into an authorized dealer and you see a steel sub sitting there, you buy it. Whether you want it or not, you buy the damn thing. And that accounts for why you can't find them anywhere. Because people who don't even want them are buying them. People know what you can get out of it, right? Thousands of dollars within minutes of flipping it, right? So there's that. But also, I don't think that they would have released this if it wasn't true. I think if it was just a fiendish plot, they would have just said nothing. Because in the future, if internal memos are leaked or if leaks happen and it is revealed that this was a fiendish plot to drive us crazy with desire, it could really come back to bite them. So unless they've tied up all the loose ends and assassinated everybody internally who was privy to the plot, then I don't think that they would have made this statement. So I'm buying it, all right? Now, who's to blame? Well, Rolex will tell you exactly where to turn your attention. And I think they're right, okay? Where the official retailers that independently manage the allocation of watches, they're the villains, all right? And I've said this for a long time. And they're the people really playing the games. And look, some of them are fair, some of them aren't. Some of them are very opportunistic, some of them are downright corrupt. It's a mixed bag, but Rolex really isn't a bind, because what do? I mean, they supply these watches to these middlemen, and when they go rogue, what can you do? And really, if you've got 30 naughty children, all right, in a room, and half of them are sneaking, they should be reading, doing their homework perhaps, and they're sneaking peeks at comic books, well, you're probably going to turn a blind eye if all of them are doing it. And especially if you got one over there that's lighting his homework on fire, and another guy over there that's cutting his wrists, you're going to have to focus your attention on the most egregious cases. And I think that's what happens with Rolex. It's pieces that go out the back door that are just, sold on Instagram, those are the ones they have to go over and go after, and not the ones just sort of yanking our chain and saying, hey, you want this watch? You buy a couple of these ladies' date justs with the diamonds on the dial. Where else you're not going to get that? And so I don't think that they can really come after those people, and it's got to be really frustrating for them. So anyway, that's my take on it. Be sure to share yours in the comment section. Now, one thing that was mentioned, all Rolex watches are developed and produced in-house. And on a live show when we were talking about this, actually yesterday, if you watch the live shows, I read that as all parts are in-house, and I retract that, because the way I read this is that all watches are developed in-house, of course, designed in-house, and produced in-house. And produced can mean just like kind of put together. So does that mean every single part of a Rolex is in-house? I would probably, if I had to make a bet, say no. They probably get, perhaps a crystal from this company or whatever. But, in the past, they've really tried to buy these companies and bring them under the Rolex umbrella, and in that way make things in-house. But look, hey, if they have to buy a crystal here or a screw there from another company, I'm sure they'll buy a good screw, some good crystal. I'm sure the watch won't suffer. And look, they're about as in-house as you can get, to be honest. So pretty legendary watches. So, but anyway, there we go. Let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching. Am I a sucker? Am I just a hopeless fanboy to say, I believe them. I believe them. I just think the world just loves Rolex, and they're not playing with us. I really believe it. I really believe it. It's not because I want to believe that they're like good. I just don't think they have the manpower to satisfy demand. There you go. Let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.